let's say we have the inequality 2t less than 14. Now we follow our same rules. So the unknown t is on one side. So we can start with point number 1. So that's on the left hand side. The unknown is on the left hand side. The 2 is multiplying the t. So that means we need to use this rule here. So we're going to do divide on both sides. So let's say divide 2 and divide 2. We then simplify. Now 2 divided by 2 is 1. So that's just t. Now we didn't divide by a negative. So we leave the sign as it is. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. So our answer here is t less than 7. Now let's look at another example. 3t greater than minus 21. So again, our unknown is on the left hand side. The 3 is multiplying the t. So we're going to use our rule here. So we need to divide both sides by 3. And we simplify. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. So it's just t. Now we didn't divide by a negative. So the sign stays the same. So minus 21 divided by 3 is minus 7. So the answer here is minus 7. Let's look at another example. Minus 2t less than 8. Now here, t is on one side, it's on the left hand side. And we want to get rid of the minus 2, which is multiplying the t. So we're going to use this rule here, and we're going to divide both sides by minus 2. We then simplify. So minus 2 divided by minus 2 is 1. So that's just t. Now because we divided by a negative, we need to flip the sign so that it goes the other way. And 8 divided by minus 2 is minus 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And the plus and the minus makes a minus. So the answer is t is more than minus 4. Let's look at another example. Minus 20 less than minus 4x. Now the unknown is on the right hand side. We want to get rid of the minus 4, which is multiplying the x. So we're going to use this rule here. So we need to do a divide by minus 4 on both sides. And then we simplify. Minus 20 divided by minus 4. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. And the minus makes a plus. Now we divided by a negative. So we need to flip the sign from a less than to a more than. And minus 4 divided by minus 4 is 1. So it's just x. So the answer here is 5 is greater than x. Now let's say we have a fraction, so x over 2 less than 3. So this is the same as saying x divided by 2 less than 3. The unknown is on the left hand side. We want to get rid of this 2. So this is a divide, so we need to use a multiply. So we're going to do a times 2 on both sides. And we simplify. So x divided by 2 is 1, so we don't change that. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so it's just x. And 3 times 2 is 6. Now notice we didn't change the sign as we didn't multiply or divide by a negative. So answer here is x is less than 6. Now let's look at another example. And let's say we're using the same equation, but this time we have a minus x over 2. So this can be rewritten as minus x divided by 2 less than 3. So again, we can get rid of the divide 2 by multiplying on both sides by times 2 in the same way, because we are using this rule here. And this simplifies to minus x less than 6. Now the minus x here is the same as saying minus 1 times x less than 6. So to get rid of this, we need to use this rule here. So we need to divide by minus 1 on both sides. And this simplifies to minus 1 divided by minus 1 is 1. So it's just x. Now we did divide by a negative. So we need to flip the sign so it goes this way. So it's more than. And 6 divided by minus 1 is minus 6. So the key step here is that we need to flip the sign when we divide by a negative. Now to speed things up, what we could have done is at this stage here, we could have said that the minus can be taken along with the minus 2. So we could have said divide by minus 2, and then we wouldn't need the minus in front of this. So it would just be x is divided by minus 2. So to cancel that, we would have had to multiply by minus 2 on both sides. And then that would have meant that we would have a positive here. We would have flipped this sign to be more than, and 3 times minus 2 would be minus 6. See, the answer here is the same as the answer we had before, but we did this in one step instead of 2. So let's look at another example. Minus x over 2 greater than minus 3. So we can rewrite this as x divided by minus 2, just the way we did in the previous example, greater than minus 3. Now to get rid of this minus 2, we would need to multiply using this rule, and we simplify. So minus 2 divided by minus 2 is 1, so this is just x. Now we divide by a negative, the minus 2, so we have to flip the sign, and minus 3 times minus 2, so 3 times 2 is 6, and the minus minus makes a plus. So the answer is x is less than 6.
You can download the application on Google Play or App Store, and you can visit our website mathslegends.co.uk.